Hey everybody, it's Alleged Actually podcast. I'm Sherry.
And I'm Bria. Welcome back.
Yes, yes. Guess what today is, guys? It's Pop Culture Saturday. So we
Yes.
have some tea for you, and we are not going to keep you waiting.
No.
So Bria, I think we should open up with a congratulations.
Yes. Yes. As we all know, Russell Wilson and Sierra welcomed their third child together, but fourth
Yeah,
overall.
sure.
With the girl, or what you said, Amore Princess.
Her name is Amora Princess. That is beautiful, and she is
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Beautiful name.
Yes. And we over here at Alleged Actually, we celebrate Black love. That's beautiful, guys. Those pretty babies, keep doing what you're doing. We love it. Congrats, congrats, congrats.
Yes,
Okay.
congratulations.
Yes. So we're gonna go from a congratulations to an unfortunate. We go from Black love to a couple that we've all followed and rooted for the whole time they were together. And in these internet streets, unfortunately, here we are again. Y'all, we are talking about none other than Cardi B and Offset. First things first, it started off. First thing that I heard, because I really did not know there was trouble in paradise. Um, Blueface being Blueface. Um, tried to accuse Christian of sleeping with Offset when they did their it was some sort of jail time thing they did with who, Bria?
I think Kai Cenat, is that you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all, it was a host of rappers that did this little incarceration thing. Yeah, and they were all a part of it. Offset was one, she was one. And true to form, whenever Blueface doesn't get his way, he shouts out some sort of weird
Right.
allegation against Krishan. Could be true, could not. And so the first time that Cardi did address it, she did state, hey, listen, I don't know if it's true or not, but to tell y'all the truth, I've been single for a while. She
Exactly.
had posted on her ex Twitter account that there are times in your life where you outgrow relationships. And so she'd been relatively mild. She basically stated, I don't know if it's true or not, but basically, I don't care because I'm not with them. So I was
Mhm.
like, okay. That's the
Right.
first I heard of that.
Right. And
And
of course,
then
Offset has also come out and denied the allegations as well.
he did,
Um,
as
however,
did Rashawn.
we all, whenever things like this happen, like outlandish claims are made like this, we do side eye a little bit when that person doesn't, I guess, sue for defamation or anything like that because you're messing with that man's marriage. And so, anywho, because things like that, I'm not sure like what kind of prenups they have that were set up, but things like that can rock the boat and make things null and void, as we've learned from Jeannie and Jeezy. So I would just think if it were not true, he would have put a little more action behind it. But also in the same breath, no one wants to look pressed. So it is what it is. But
I agree.
anyways, fast forward to December 15th, yesterday. Um, Miss Mama had some things to get off her chest. And so we do have that audio here. If
Hmm. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen, and then we're going to talk about how we feel about this. So,
Yeah.
guys, listen up.
Don't like doing the interview. I really, really don't like doing the interview. But the sad is, stop calling me. You need to stop calling me. My, Because you can talk to and I'm fucking will play in your fucking face and your fucking face over and over and over and over and over again. And she'll be like, watch what I'm about to do. Watch what I'm about to say. And it's so fucking sad that I'm not like to, yo, really like to play games with me when I'm at my most vulnerable time, when I'm not the most confident. They like to play games with me because he knows I'm not an easy girl. He knows yesterday I could have been out, I could have been chilling, I could have been this and that. He knows I'm in my house. He knows that I'm chilling. He knows I'm not doing the most. And I've really been sparing you. I've really been sparing you. You've been feeling yourself because of your album and you've really been doing me dirty after so fucking years that I'm talking. None of the fucking thank you that I got for your. And it's so crazy that I gotta go to the fucking internet because whenever I tell you something, you don't take it seriously. That's so fucking fucking.
Well, y'all, those are in fact the words from Miss Cardi B. Now, Bria, what are your thoughts?
Well, she is hurt. She's very first and foremost, and I think women everywhere, like whether you want to admit it or not, and yes, she's had her issues with other women in the game, and but every woman when they heard that felt that. Because who hasn't been there? Now, actually, no, before I do this, Mom, let's pivot to you and see, like, what are your thoughts on the rant?
Okay. My thoughts on the rant are, first of all, yes, I felt it in my spirit. And I have been there, sis. Okay, Cardi? I feel your pain. It is never a good look when your husband completely disrespects you and makes you look crazy in these streets. When you have held him down and you have been his biggest supporter and you have taken him back through other countless alleged cheating accusations. And so it makes her look crazy.
Yes.
And quite frankly, I felt horrible for her. We all know that before she even became real Cardi B, she's always been someone that has put her life on the internet. She's an Instagram, going live, Twitter, whatever it is. She's social media driven. Right. But I think she felt at her lowest to come out like that because you could hear the pain in her voice. I felt it deep. And Offset, bruh, really? I am not happy with, like, why? Y'all have two beautiful kids together. She helps with your children as a collective family. Like, I know she's not perfect, but I don't delight in any woman's pain, particularly when they're marriage. They're not just boyfriend and girlfriend. It's not just for entertainment. They literally are married. They are a family. And that sucks. And I hate that for her. I really, honestly, I do. I do.
Yes, I do as well. Okay, it's time for Bria's unpopular opinion. So, so, if you are pretty much like just you're not evolved in a way that you can see this for what it is, because there have been people just coming at her during her most vulnerable state, right? And I want to touch on that. Cardi B is somebody that sometimes she likes to throw rocks and hide her hands. She's made off-putting comments when, and of course it is when she feels disrespected. Her attacks are very low. And as someone who also suffers, which I believe that she does as well, from low self-esteem, you tend to do that when people are coming at you. You tend to go low. And a lot of her attacks, when she went low, were rooted in colorism, racism, and the attacks were mainly aimed at Black women. There have been a lot of Black women during this time sending subliminals. You said like there's Akbar, Nikki, and I don't want to villainize or demonize them for also expressing their truth as well. You know what I'm saying? And something, yes, it is. I will acknowledge that while it is in poor taste to do it at this time when she is the most vulnerable, it's hard to sympathize with someone who says, I don't know, I'm trying to do this in a way that is palatable and makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, as a woman, I understand her pain.
Absolutely.
But also as a Black woman, I understand these subliminals and why now it's coming back at her. Because what goes around will always come around. And when you're hurling these insults and they're rooted in this, well, I'm, I'm better than you type of, did I just go away?
You did. I'm looking for you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, where am I at? Oh my gosh. What is
Come
going
back,
on?
please, because you're really
don't
kicking some
know.
signs and you're looking beautiful tonight. Yeah, come back.
The devil is
Maybe
everywhere.
change your orientation. I think it's starting to affect it. Yeah.
Of course. Well, okay. Well, guys, I'm about to look crazy in front of this.
You're not. You look gorgeous.
Anyway,
There you are. There's my pretty baby.
I'm here. Anywho, no, I forgot where I
What
was.
you were basically saying was you understand it from a Black woman's perspective that she has been very nasty towards Black women, trolling and defending herself in a sense that came across as unnecessarily being almost colorist in a way. That has been stated. I get it. I haven't seen it because I don't follow her as close. However, I'm a Cardi B fan. And I think that what you're seeing is just like what you said, low self-esteem,
And I
insecurity.
acknowledge that for sure. However, this what this needs to be at the end of the day though is a humbling experience for her.
For sure.
And saying things like, I make pretty kids, my is this and that, and I do. None of that matters at the end of the day.
It never does, though.
None of that.
And see, here's
to
the
a
thing.
man that does not ever want to be kept. So you can't sit here and say, okay, well, I do it, I do it better by pussy. Like, none of that matters at the end of the day.
But clearly that's been shown in the fact that she has gotten embarrassed time and time again.
Of course, but what I'm saying is I understand their point. You can't, what I'm saying is don't expect a whole lot of sympathy when you know that you've made these low blows, and sometimes at the point when someone is most vulnerable.
That's true.
So just that's all I'm saying. I empathize with her as a woman. However, the ones that she has come for, I understand why they are not. So that's all I'm saying.
Got it. I will say this, and we're gonna wrap this segment up with this. Cardi, I think that you have a great career ahead of you. I think that sometimes we have to cut off the dead weight. And I know that perhaps because of his antics, it has not allowed you to be your best self. Sometimes when you're in toxic relationships,
that too.
True that. Deflection and trying to make it make sense by coming up with, reasons why, or I'm backing my man when you shouldn't. It makes you crazy. It makes you say crazy things. It makes you feel crazy, and makes you like literally act out of character.
Exactly.
So from my hope for her, honestly, is that this time, for real, that she lets Offset go. Let him go be great. Because you're great.
Yeah.
Your net worth is bigger than his, child. And it doesn't matter. I know in the scheme of things, when it comes to the matters of the heart wants what it wants. And I won't be surprised if they don't get back together. However, Cardi, really, Sharon from Alleged Actress says to you, Mama, don't do it. Boss up and take care of your babies, ma'am. There's some nicer guys out there. Mm-hmm. Stop letting this man continue to embarrass you and to make you look crazy. I think you deserve better. Yeah.
Yes. He's not ready to be anybody's husband. I'm sure that to what capacity that he can, in his brain, he loves her or whatever, but that man is not monogamous. He does not want to be monogamous. That's it. And you need to let that go. And because she went on another rant where she was like, well, I'm gonna release an album like I'm gonna release a song like Be Careful, it's gonna do numbers and everything. When it does, and he comes back around, blowing up your phone, you're on live, looking good, looking cute, and being like, answer your fucking phone. When he crashes your performance, when you make that great song like Be Careful and get and get back on top. No. Stop taking it back. Stop.
That's it. That's my advice. No more. It is done. He's done this to you too many times.
Right. No more.
We've seen this too many times. You're a huge star, Cardi. And this is just the beginning for you. It's not just rapping for you. It's TV, it's movies. It could be whatever you want it to be, but cut the dead weight off.
Cut it off.
If he really, really, really had your best interest at heart, he would not have you looking crazy in these streets.
Right.
So I say that to say this. Cardi B, you have my support. I've been there, sis. Let the man go. He's not a good look for you. Bye, Offset.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. As long as you don't say any more crazy stuff about Black women, yes, agreed.
That part, yeah. No, you gotta step up. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. But I'm gonna give you a pass because I understand your pain, and sometimes when you're in pain, you're not your best self. So we're gonna give you a pass. I'm gonna give you a pass. I don't know if Bria is, but Sherry will give you a pass.
My pass is contingent upon you not saying anything else disrespectful about Black women, because there have been times where you've alluded that Black men treat you better, and that's not the case.
Clearly, though, we all know that's not the case.
So let's not do that anymore.
Right at it. Right.
Let's not.
All right. Moving right along. Jason Lee. You know what's so crazy about Jason Lee? I legitimately had just gave him his flowers.
You know when you
Initially,
do that,
I know. It's like when you give somebody a compliment, their flowers, and they
yeah.
want to cut up and act foolish. I'm
It's like the
like,
yin and the yang of the world. There's always an opposite reaction every single day.
every time. So Mr. Jason Lee thought it was a good idea because he was snubbed. It was not invited to Miss Beyonce's movie premiere for her Renaissance film. To then take said snub to his Jason Lee YouTube channel. Child, it ain't Hollywood. I mean, he's been Hollywood a lot. He's been this and that. I ain't know what it's called. Let's say Jason Lee YouTube channel, child.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was on Revolt for a hot second. He got took off there. Child, he right back on YouTube. But anywho, no disrespect. I enjoy Jason Lee's growth. There's things about him I don't like.
Yeah.
But here we go. So Mr. Jason Lee decides that because Miss Beyonce, being all the way Beyonce, did not invite him to her movie premiere for Renaissance. Oh, gets on his channel and proceeds to say that he has receipts from her publicist, Yvette, that would damage her career, and he would, in fact, release those if she came between an interview that he wants with Kelly Rowland. Foolish. Kelly Rowland is her own person.
Right.
Listen, it's so foolish. I don't know where. Okay, what I'm gonna say is with Jason Lee, my biggest beef with him is sometimes, but he's a massive name dropper. I think that he inflates the relationships that he has with these people in the industry. I don't think they are what they are in his head, maybe. In these people's head, Jason Lee, Jason Lee. You know, you feel me? Friends? He
Not
said terms. Oh, I'm well connected. Are you? Because if you were, why weren't you invited? And quite frankly, just take your L, Jason Lee. I mean, you still up and coming. You might get there, sir, but really? You think you about to come for Beyonce?
right.
You happen to even take snippets of your receipts, bleep them out for your little two workers to hear so that we can see their reactions, and their reactions were, child, okay. And we know you're messy. Might be something there. But what I would caution you with, Mr. Lee, is you are not on that level. I don't think you want that smoke, boo. You got Beyonce, Jay-Z. Are you crazy? Even Blue Ivy could blow you up.
Mm.
What literally are you talking about? Because you didn't come there, sir. Boom, back talking to Blueface, Krishan, and Jaden. Are you crazy? Rhea, your thoughts. Sheesh.
I thought that was a very bold move. That's not the one to come for.
No, ma'am.
Not at all. I don't. I'm not sure why you felt, and maybe it's because the certain bloggers that she mentioned, he felt that he might be on their level or above them, and that
was a mention.
but
But his
even
problem
still,
was he wasn't invited. And then he proceeds to
but
say,
even still,
oh, by the way, I supported your tour. I spent thousands of dollars, $40,000 bringing friends and family to your concert. I
a lot
wish
of
she
people
knew.
did. A lot of people did.
But
You're a dime
right,
a dozen. A dime a dozen. She,
how would
but
she know? I
right.
mean, Jason Lee, you really have an inflated sense of self, sir. You are not that
That,
important.
that's what it, yes.
Very entitled. It is coming. It's giving entitlement, and it's giving you're about to wreck yourself. Okay. You are on the rise, up and coming. You're doing some good things. You're not there yet.
Exactly.
Get to demand to be invited to a Beyonce event. You're not there. Are you crazy?
Right.
Perhaps you are, because I was profoundly shocked at the level. And then he proceeds to go and talk about how much he loves her, how they're friends, how he loves Jay-Z and Blue Ivy and the twins. I'm thinking, bro, but you done what you did. Did you just?
That's not love. No, that's not at all.
What it is career suicide is what it is.
It is, and it's obsession. And I know, like, Beyonce's the big deal. Like, I get, like, you know, she's to be mentioned by her is huge.
Massive.
To be invited is huge. I get
Massive.
it.
Sure.
And possibly he wasn't expecting this. Possibly he wants to ride on, like, use her name to make himself more relevant.
Perhaps.
Now, because I just feel like this is random and not, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because
it made no sense.
I feel like your most popular shows involve what, Blueface, Christian, and Jaden Alexis.
Precisely, ma'am.
What does Beyonce? Like, I just, that is like two completely different, I'm not even going to say levels, like
it actually is. And he was
like,
even mad at Jenny Ma for going on Jennifer Hudson and proceeded to call Jennifer Hudson illiterate because he wasn't exclusive with Jenny Ma. Based off what? I mean, again, Bria, and no disrespect, because I do think that Jason Lee has it. What I'm saying is Jason Lee has a YouTube channel just like we do.
This is a publicity.
He is just really delusional.
Jennifer Hudson is an EGOT.
Absolutely.
Illiterate that. What are we talking? Prestigious. What are we doing?
We're going to disrespect Jennifer Hudson because Jenny Ma wouldn't come on your little YouTube channel? Sir. Listen.
He's trying to get publicity for his little channel so that he can get celebrities like this, because this was out of place. This was definitely just random and not, yeah.
It was just from left field. I just didn't understand it. Like, I don't respect it. I can't back it. I am so off put by it. No, sir, Jason Lee. This was not a good move for your career. Very dumb. And you might want to keep her name out your mouth, please. Only because I'm not saying your receipts aren't valid, because they could be.
Really, but she can stop.
You don't want that smoke. You do not want that smoke with Beyonce or Jay-Z. Are you crazy?
Right.
You must not want to be successful in your career. What?
It's like you might have the receipts, but she has the power to not let you air them, to make sure that
ever take your YouTube channel to be bye-bye. Yeah. Right. Jay-Z can snatch that. Are you crazy? What? Are you crazy? That's clearly insane.
Okay. And this is not even coming, because like I like Beyonce, but I'm not the biggest Beyonce. I'm not a huge fan, but that's ridiculous. Like, knowing
that
her
just makes sense.
Popularity that she has, why?
I have no legit.
Anyway,
why do you feel that you were up there enough that it is so crazy to me, but it's what it is, boo. And my thing is, Jason, please do some damage control, because you could be about to be losing that channel and a lot of other things. And you stated that you didn't care because you don't do these industry games. That game, you're going to do. What you're not going to do, boo, you won't win that one. That's crazy. You come for Nicki all the time. I got it.
Mm-hmm. But
Beyonce and Nicki are different. You don't want that smoke. She got Jay-Z behind her, boo.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And You'll find yourself never getting an interview again, messing with her. Don't.
Of anybody's.
Right.
Right?
Don't.
Right.
That's
Let's don't
power.
do that.
So don't
That's
do that.
really dumb. That was like really a dumb move. Anywho,
Yeah.
bye, Jason. Over here at Alleged, actually, we're rooting for you, but you just did a dumb thing. That
was
was
good. That
really
was
dumb.
bold but stupid.
Stupid.
Yes.
All right. Moving right along in these pop culture streets. Lord have mercy. Was the internet not a buzz?
It was great. This week is like a week of truths, honestly.
I swear. And you know what? Here's the thing, because we're gonna get into this. Mr. Christian Keyes. He was an actor that has done several things in the industry. He's notably done a lot of films, TV shows, but he also was on the circuit of the Tyler Perry plays. You may not recognize his name, but you would definitely recognize his face. And I'm going to try to upload a photo so that you know who we're talking about in this video. But the thing is, with the Cassie movement, coming out with everything, I think it is starting to open the floodgates of other folks that have been traumatized, and sexually harassed, assaulted, whatever, from other big names. And, it's not just, I think this is a good conversation because it's not just women. Men in this industry also have to, have had to endure the same sort of stuff. It was crazy. Now, let me just preface this, okay? He does not state who he is talking about. He does state that it was a billionaire. He actually states people. So I actually have another name that could be involved as well. But for this particular video, we're going to stick with who everybody around the world knows who he's talking about.
Yes.
So I have a little audio. We're gonna do a little audio. Then we're gonna unpack that as well. Hold on, just 1 second.
Thankfully, God built me the way that He built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags. At the same time, this person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly, that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11/11. Thank you, Father, for the opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sin and shortcomings, my bad decisions and mistakes. Please continue to guide and judge us. Just watching presentation. If I see 11/11, session will come. So thank you, Father. I appreciate you. We love you. Thank you, Jesus Christ. That's interesting. But there are people that will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. Some of them are people who y'all like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that. I at some point soon it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since '05. Whether it was a keychain recorder or, and because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I gotta protect me because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work.
All right, we're gonna have to pause there, guys. His video goes on for about 45 minutes. Bria, your thoughts?
Well, it doesn't take, I mean, everyone already, even if it's not, he really needs to clear it up if it isn't, because, our minds are all going to go to Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. Now, this is also speculation. I'm not saying anything is.
No, he has not come out and made a statement. No.
So, with that being said, I remember watching I was first introduced to Tyler Perry through his plays. I remember even watching as a child and seeing the women he would cast and the men that he would cast, the ones that would play their significant others, and just leading, supporting roles, all of that. And it always was it perturbed me that the women he would use were, your average everyday women. Some were matronly, some were just, round the way girls that you see anywhere. The men he would use looked like they came straight out of Chippendales. Male strippers, if you will. And even as a child, I was like, something is amiss here. And then, because, at the end of the plays, he would come out, he would introduce his cast and everything, and he would say, he did the casting, he knows these people, he did the writing, the direct, he did it all.
Yeah.
But he also did this, which
Correct.
is what Christian said. And so, yeah, with all of that in mind, I'm gonna say I believe him. I'm going to say I believe who he is talking about. This is speculation now, is Tyler Perry. I'm not sure what other man he was linked to that early in, like, what powerful man he was linked to that early in his career. And I don't know if that, in that particular clip, he referenced 2005. However, I think that the Madea Goes to Jail play was released in 2005 or 6.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So let me just fact check that real quick.
Okay. While she's fact checking, let me just give you a few of my little 10 cents. I listened to Christian Keyes Instagram live to the full extent. Y'all, okay, so there's two things I want to talk about. So one is men in the industry as well should come out, because there is obviously a lot of that as well. You know, it's not just, you know, me too, it's a him too, it's a her too, like it's all. There is this thing with powerful men that they think they can just do and have what they want, and they will come at you crazy, and some will succumb to it because of their ambition and their want to be successful, and some will not. And sometimes it, like he said, when he kept saying he decided to take the scenic route, he meant that had he been had he agreed to the advances that were coming his way, he would have went up the ladder a lot faster. He chose not to. I respect that. Gosh, you know, it sucks because all the folks that, you know, they have done some good things, but it's just like we said last week and the week before when we were discussing the Diddy allegations. What is done in the dark eventually comes to the light. That's for everybody. And frankly, I stand with Christian because the same way I would with Cassie, because listen, it is abuse of power when you do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
As you go further into his story, he talks about a party that they had and a night that he was in the guest room where he'd had a little too much to drink because they were at a party. He was not going to even attempt to drive. And that said person hops in the bed with him. He wakes up, freaks out, pushes him out of the bed. Said person then apologizes next morning when he attempts to leave, says blames it on the alcohol, but then proceeds to try to grab his genitalia. It's an entitlement thing, you know, that like he just wanted them. And like one of the things was for him, he said, you know, the predator particularly gets aggravated when the prey doesn't play along. I mean, he stated that multiple times. You can tell this man is ready to pop. And if in fact what he says is true, and I believe that he's recorded these, when we hear that voice, it is not.
Oh boy.
Going to be up for debate. His voice is recognizable.
Yes.
So far, we have not gotten a comment from Mr. Perry. But in these internet streets, everyone agrees he sincerely is talking about him. And let's just be clear, it is all alleged. Because, listen, he has not confirmed. This is not, okay, this is all an alleged accusation. But I don't think any of us that has followed this man, particularly his career, you know, because you may not know his name, but when I upload his picture, you're certainly going to know his face.
Absolutely.
And early in his career, that's exactly where he came from. It makes sense.
It does. It's just, it's not looking good for Mr. Perry. Like I said, I'm hoping that it's not, and he just, you know, a roundabout way so that people would be thrown off. But the fact that he didn't clear it up immediately afterwards, the fact that Tyler Perry has not made any type of statement yet, and I know it got back to him. It's not looking good. It's not looking
good. And he also mentioned the fact that NDAs and confidential disclosures are not relevant if and when someone does an act that is illegal. That's a crime. sexual harassment, and attempted sexual assault are crimes. He states he's prepared to take all of his recordings to the police. And if in fact that happens, guys, it's going to be a whole lot more to unpack. Listen, he also makes a statement that, and this is why everyone is alleging that it's Tyler Perry, that he made a statement that, oh, well, yeah, I didn't watch that documentary. We all know that Mr. Perry has a documentary called Maxine's Baby on Prime, talking about his upbringing. Even if he said none of that, I think it would have just been clear to us all. I mean, y'all, I don't know. Listen, this stuff that comes out, and it certainly lets me know that the industry is corrupt in so many ways. There is just like no moral at all, moral compass. And I feel for these victims, because if you are up and coming actress or actor or singer or rapper or whatever you're trying to do, this stuff is accurate.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I'm
There's
glad
so
they're coming
many.
out.
Yeah. And there's so many rumors going around. Like I mentioned my Storm Monroe. He's interviewed.
Shout out to Storm Morel.
Yes. Love you. And he's interviewed quite a few people. No, I'm not sure if they're all the way there, but even that is a result of trauma. Off. And so I would implore you, if you make it this far in the video, to watch some of his videos where what is his name? It's Uncle something, where he dives deep into things, and celebrity deaths, these assault claims that he believes are 100% valid, because Holly Weird is a thing, and power and sexual dominance, honestly, it goes hand in hand a lot of times.
It does.
And like my mom said, it's a power thing. Once men in Hollywood get to a certain status, they feel like they should be able to have you, whoever you are, whoever.
Clearly.
And I'm just saying, a lot of men need to. The time is nigh. It's coming. It is coming.
It's coming.
And Cassie, what she did with this Diddy case was unleashed a huge can of worms that are going to bleed over into other victims.
No, absolutely.
And to embolden them, because if Diddy can be taken down,
right.
Watch.
Oh, yeah. And this is just a start, guys. It'll be more. There's actually more names that have been dropped, but we will unpack that next week. I guess where we are with this, I'm going to state this, because again, remember, we have stated this is all an alleged accusation. But Christian, drop your receipts. Don't be afraid. If that in fact happened to you, tell your truth and then get your justice. That's all I gotta say, Bria.
That's all I have to say as well. Like I said, if you all the powerful men who have done something heinous or have assaulted somebody, and you think that you've escaped it, the chickens are coming back to roost.
That part.
Watch out. Your time is coming.
Absolutely. And let's just also state that he said he intentionally let the statute of limitations go ahead and be past that, because it's not about money for him.
No.
Solely is about exposing. And yes.
And I want to also bring up another thing too, because we have these Black icons and, you know, people are rushing to say, oh, they just want to put our Black icons away. They just want to. No, I'm gonna need y'all to get that conspiracy theory out of your head right now. Men with power, no matter what race they are, they do this. This is what they do. They want to conquer everything they see, okay? That's a part of the male ego. And then when that man has status and money, it's just inflated. Like it's ballooned.
Absolutely.
Get that conspiracy theory out of your head now. No one is trying to, he's not trying to take over NBC like I'll try to say with Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and all of it. If they are bad people, they are bad people. No one is trying to take them down to tarnish a legacy. If they did something wrong, we need to know about it. That's it.
Agreed. And so that's why we shared that with you guys. So we're about to end our Pop Culture Saturday, sadly on a sad note.
I mean, not like we were ending it on such a high one either. So.
Absolutely not. It's kind of been a downer all this whole episode.
This is not.
We had one good thing. Yeah. Right. So yeah. But we just want to send, from Alicia, actually, personally, for me and Bria, we definitely want to send our condolences out to the family of Anna Chickadee Cardwell, who was the daughter of Mama June, the sister of Honey Boo Boo, Miss Alana. Her other siblings are Jessica Chubb, Shannon, and Lauren Pumpkin. Y'all, she passed away at 29 years old after a battle with adrenal cancer. She fought the good fight, but she was surrounded by them, and she sadly lost her battle with cancer. Mm-hmm. For us particularly, it hits different because in our family, we were big fans of Honey Boo Boo. And they brought us a lot of joy. It was a lot of fun watching them. It was a time that my family would come together and we would watch the show and we would share laughs, and they brought us joy. So from our family to yours, we want you to know that you are in our prayers and that we sincerely send our deepest condolences and that we feel your sadness. Because when you watch these shows, these people become a part of your life.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, like I told you, like when I heard about the passing, I had just come from, I was a pageant girl when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And I had won the Junior Miss La Musique, and they come out with this, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. I was really into just pageant shows, Toddlers and Tiaras, and which was on the same network. And here comes this little redneck girl, like cursing and, just like challenging everything I've learned about poise, grace, all of this, and just being her true, authentic, bubbly self. And that resonated with me. And I enjoyed watching it. And then one day I was watching it, and then Dad watched it, and then you joined, and the boys, I have two little brothers, and they would watch it with us all, and it was a family like coming together time. And for that, I'll always be grateful for the entire family, because they all had just these big personalities. Anna, she was actually a little more calm than Jessica, like Chickadee, or no, that was Chickadee. And then Jessica and Pumpkin and Alana, but
it's not Honey Boo Boo, yeah.
Yes, but but she was still there, and she was still, you know, still a big part of that show. And
Absolutely.
I want to express my deepest sympathies and condolences to them all. And losing a sibling or a child is rough. And I am so, 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 so sorry. So sorry.
Absolutely. Yes. So with that being said, guys, thoughts and prayers out to them all. We love you and we're praying for you. And so, Bria, on that note, I think that is Pop Culture Saturday.
Yes, it does. I guess.
So thank you guys for tuning in. You know, like I said, please keep coming back. We will be back, or I will be back on Monday recapping Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. We also will be back on Thursday to recap Married at First Sight, and then we're always here on Saturday to give you that pop culture tea. So keep coming back. Thank you for every one of you that